This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. You can feel the energy here at Air Canada Centre. The Raptors looking to please their fans in this Eastern Conference matchup. This their first chance this season playing the Cavaliers. A season ago, it only took them 5 games to advance to the conference finals.
Yeah, plenty of familiarity in this matchup. Last season, they were knocked out of the playoffs by this club.
And before the tip-off, let's send it over to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Tyronn Lue.
Well, guys, when I asked him what impressed him the most about today's opponent, he immediately referred to the explosiveness on their offense. He said they have so many different ways to hurt you that it's impossible to take away everything. It's just about damage control. And he acknowledged they've got a big job to do defensively. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. The new year getting ramped up, always a roller coaster ride, which is fun. Brent, have you ever been on a team that, say, started slowly, then really turned it on late, or the other way around?
Well, I've been on teams that started slowly and finished slower, Kevin, if that helps you out at all. That's no
well, that's
fun.
Not good.
Yeah, no fun whatsoever. A little bit of both throughout 14 years of playing experience in the NBA, Kevin, and it's just interesting. This is why coaches are so often talking about asking for players to be on the roster that give you consistent effort and to try to stay as even-keeled as possible, whether things are going well or your team is performing poorly. You know there's still a standard at which you want each of your guys to perform at and consistently give you that effort.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. Thomas and Smith teaming up in the backcourt. The 2 stars, LeBron and Love, making up the forward positions. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, that's a good call. Just keep arguing with the officials because they change that call all the time. Not.
And really, DeMar DeRozan is a master at what he calls body hunting. That ability to just kind of draw fouls. I think he and James Harden actually are the guys that have really kind of set the tone for how to create those opportunities to get to the line.
Here's James following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Screen by Smith. James, the pass to Love. He dishes it to Thompson. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Just insane length and leaping ability. Ibaka can reject shots from anywhere on the floor.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Serge Ibaka, remember, it was a first-team all-defense selection. But over time, I think he's become more of a scoring-minded player, and I think that's affected his impact defensively.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And Serge Ibaka, the league leader in block shots for 2 years in a row in 2012 and 13, but he sends them back at about half the rate he once did.
Yeah, but even still, pretty good shot blocker. You add in his finishing and outside shooting, and he's a player to be reckoned with.
Nogueira's checked in for Toronto. C.J. Miles comes in for Norman Powell, and he makes both free throws.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
It's a pick by Love. Crowder kicks to Love. James outside. Over Nogueira. Here's Rose. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
And that's just all about positioning. He gets boxed out, can't fight around it, and gets the over-the-back call.
Guys get excited about making something happen, but that was just a loss of composure right there. You can't go through the guy.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
And in today's game, we're really so used to thinking of passing as the key to an efficient offense. But this Raptors club, they do it a different way. For them, the screen is the assist, giving their guards space to pull up or attack the rim.
Iman Shumpert's checked in for Cleveland. Second free throw, no good.
That's a strange trip because typically he's pretty much money from there.
LeBron kicks to Rose. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Rose has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now DeRozan, the dish to Miles. Ibaka, the pass to Lowry. Feeds to Miles. Ibaka sets the pick for Miles. With 1 on the clock, and that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. The Raptors out in front. They're up by 3. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And Serge Ibaka, becoming known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled in him.
He trusts you. Every time he passes the ball, when you don't shoot, he's screaming you, shoot ball. Then next time what? You will shoot. And if you miss, you say, yeah, good shot. You know, and your coaches in the practice talking to your teammates. Man, when Serge is open, give him the ball. He will make that shot.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is. Huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors, guys, your thoughts?
So far, they've been active, scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
Well, when you come out in the first quarter with that kind of offense, obviously the game plan is in full effect. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. They've got him on Shumpert. Jay Crowder out there with LeBron James. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Korver in at the 2. And the Raptors making a change here. Powell's checked in. Then for the Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for LeBron. Smith comes in for Kyle Korver. And Thomas subbed in for Derrick Rose. And Nogueira, no good on that one. Right now, Brent, so much ball movement is perimeter based, but as defenses have adjusted, do you think we'll see more offense run through the post again like we did before?
I think what we're seeing, Kevin, is that post-up play is being redefined by more guards, more guys who draw attention down there on the block. And that's the way these shifts are happening. The offense right now in today's NBA is so far ahead of what defensive concepts have taught you for years that the post-up game, it'll be a few years before we get back to dynamic post-play.
I find that comment you just made fascinating, that it's that much advanced over the defense now.
Yeah, because think about it, Kevin. For years and years, you've had coaching staffs and film guys talking to you about the basic qualities of a defense, and that is rim runs for the big, getting back into the paint, and building your defense out. You do that today, you're at a disadvantage on most every possession.
And the first one drops.
And this Cavs payroll last season, I mean, the highest in NBA history, with luxury tax penalties in the tens of millions. And we saw some friction as they looked to control salary, and LeBron pushed them to add more talent.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for Lucas Nogueira. And both free throws good from Crowder. And the Cavaliers were able to add some key veteran help at the trade deadline.
Yeah, some key contributors they were able to get off of waivers as well. That's how the rich get richer. But with LeBron talking about the team being top-heavy, they needed to add some depth.
Now here's Powell. Shot clock at 5. No good from Valanciunas.
You can't afford to let guys get comfortable there. The defense somehow avoided that shot from going in.
Here's Thomas. Another shot. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Here's Anunoby. Defended by Crowder. Anunoby passes to Wright. Valanciunas against Thompson. Oh, nice form on the 20-footer. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Right against Thomas. He kicks to Love. The screen from Thompson. Love in the post. Defended by Miles. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Pass to Powell. Right wing. Three-pointer right. Sinks the three-pointer. Wright's got himself on the board with 3 there. And so it's Toronto holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Duran Lou. Duran, what problems are you seeing out there?
Just we have to make shots. We just got to relax and we got to keep playing.
Thanks for your time, Duran. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first period was 6 points. Defensively and offensively, they improved quite a bit in the second quarter, and they've got a nice 8-point halftime lead to show for it. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Raptors.
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie, they were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots, did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Cleveland.
Too much of their offense was perimeter-based. To be successful in this league, you have to score in the paint. Now, that doesn't mean you have to run your offense through the low post, but you've got to send guys to the baskets on pick and rolls, dribble drives, whatever, to create high percentage opportunities you can win with.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Thomas with the ball. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Ibaka is the 4 and Valanciunas in the middle. The talented Lowry and DeRozan pair in the backcourt. And it's Powell in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Raptors coach Dwayne Casey talked about the chemistry on his team. He said, "We couldn't be better. There's no ego, no hidden agendas. Guys understand their roles." Kyle Lowry told me, "We're a complete team, 15 deep, and we really mean that. You never know whose time it's going to be." Kevin?
DA depth is a crucial part of any team's success. Knowing you can rely on your teammates to step up is huge. Here's Powell. Tristan Thompson picking up that last bucket. Shots good by Ibaka.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
The screen from Thompson. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Thomas kicks to Love. Thompson, high post. Shot clock at 6. Smith for 3. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Smith's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside Lowry. Kicks it to DeRozan. We've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter. Valanciunas with a screen on Thompson. With some arc, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And giving up a lot of inches, he was still, though, determined to make the play.
Yeah, this is the time you can use that word, tenacity. Some guys wouldn't even try that shot, but he goes in there undeterred.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Nogueira comes in for Valanciunas, and it's C.J. Miles in for Serge Ibaka. Then for the Cavaliers, Crowder, he's checked in for Thompson. Korver comes in for Smith, and it's Rose in for Thomas. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Now here's Rose. He feeds it to Korver. Ron right side. Shoots over Powell. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Well, he has a knack for burying some difficult shots. LeBron doing it again.
And so it's Toronto with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
But man, we got to get down and get engaged at the other end. All right, be precise, send the ball to the screen, come across the screen, focus on the defensive end. Let's go.
There you hear Dwayne Casey asking for more precision on offense and more attention to detail on defense.
Yeah, carry out your assignments on both ends. Do the little things that ultimately make a big difference in the outcome of a game.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. LeBron and Crowder, the tandem at forward. Kyle Korver is out there with Rose. And it's Love in at the 5, down low.
Yeah, not a fan of that one, guys. If he wants to help his team cut into this deficit, he should not be attempting those kind of shots.
Now here is Lowry. It's stolen by Rose. Now here's Rose, the fast break opportunity. Over Lowry, Rose can't hit.
Always impressive when a smaller player has a nose for the ball and rises up amongst the taller ones to grab rebounds.
Here is Miles. Wants to get it to DeRozan and does. The lead pushed to double digits. And now it's a 10-point Raptor lead.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Raptors.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for Toronto. Baca comes in for Norman Powell. Then for the Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Crowder. Smith comes in for Kyle Korver. And Isaiah Thomas subbed in for Derrick Rose. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team, and he put the challenge in front of his players. He said, now's the time when we take control. This is our time, not theirs. Let's go out there and take it to them. We'll see if we got them going, guys.
Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. And the Raptors lead by 12.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of comeback effort. This has been a vault. Ka-ching.
You're right. Nice work there coming off the screen.
There's some unselfishness from LeBron there. He knows his responsibility is to get his teammates involved and into the game.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. They set the pick, and there's the feed to DeRozan. Screen by Valanciunas. And the rejection by Love. And there's going to be a foul. He definitely made contact with the ball, and in doing so also got the body, so we'll see free throws here. Free throw good, Miles.
So important to just stay poised, go through your routine. He did a good job there of just keeping his composure and putting those two away.
The screen from Thompson. Off the pick. Basket good.
And Rose continuing to hone that jump shot. That's where he can take his game to the next level.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, we know this team has offensive options, but it looks like there's great confidence defensively now.
Yeah, we have to be. That's what we got to do. If we play defense, we know we can score the basketball whenever we want. We just got to get stopped.
Very impressive, DeMar. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you later.